Hello everyone, I'm Saket Bansal and today I'm talking about disciplined agile delivery. I have been teaching disciplined agile delivery since 2016 and helping professionals to get certified. But recently, the disciplined agile delivery have revamped their teaching and curriculum since they got acquired by PMI. And I see a lot of interest getting created in professionals related to disciplined agile delivery. So I thought, why don't I talk about why one should look at disciplined agile delivery and what it is, and how can you as a coach consultant can go forward learning more about disciplined agile delivery. So let's get started with why one should look at disciplined agile delivery. Now, one factor is the framework itself. The another is as a business, as a potential from a consultant point of view. So first look at as a framework. Now, disciplined agile delivery gives you a context sensitive framework. It helps you to create your own framework with lots of choices by providing a lot of choices. So it's like a collection of great ideas which were helping organizations in agile, non-agile ways of doing things, and how these ideas can help you in creating your own framework by using existing knowledge base. Now, some of the agile framework looks at that you start somewhere and you keep doing retrospective, and that is how you will learn. So one way of creating your own framework is that you look at your problems and you keep working on them. The another way, some set of framework comes up with a clear prescription that okay, start here, finish here, and this is how you work, and this is how your work will get done. Now, I believe that discipline agile delivery is somewhere in between. It is not giving you a clear prescription, and it is also not letting you to keep thinking and figuring out what should we do next. It is giving you that okay, people on this world have faced these kind of problems, and these are the tools and techniques which helps them in solving those problems. Now you look at your problem and you look at the tools and techniques available and pick the one which works best for you. So this is like a context sensitive decision making framework which helps you to create your own way of working. The another thing which is unique about discipline agile delivery, which I like, is its choices of multiple life cycles. So you start the discipline agile delivery by looking at or you start your process creation by looking at your context, and the discipline agile delivery gives you a way of finding the appropriate life cycle for you. And even this life cycle may change over a period of your product journey. So it's like this that you may start with some kind of scrum based kind of approach in the beginning. And once your product goes through multiple releases, it may start moving towards lean or more Kanban oriented approaches. Or it could be that you may start with lean startup kind of an approach in the beginning because you are evaluating and looking at various ideas. And then you move to a scrum kind of an approach for the same product. And then you move to a lean or Kanban kind of approach as you move towards more and more continuous flow delivery approach. So it helps you to look at your context and select an appropriate life cycle. Now, once you know the life cycle, the team and environment also matters. So it gives you a way to look at team formation. How do you form a team? Say it's a distributed team, dispersed team, or a co-located team. There could be multiple variation there, multi-vendor team, single vendor team. There could be multiple things there. Now, based on your team, your life cycle, you need to come up and the context, you need to come up, how should I go forward? How should I create my ways of working, which helps the teams and stakeholders to remain focused on the purpose which they are going through. So in order to solve that problem, the discipline agile delivery framework will says, okay, pick up the goals and see based on your context, teams, and other thing, what are the options helps you? What should you do? So for example, I can say that my goal is I want to explore scope. Now, looking at your context, you need to look at various dimensions of a scope. What is a purpose, how the uses will done, how the flow will done. So you talk about, okay, uses. I want to explore uses and I'm exploring the scope. How should I go about it? So this framework will come up with the choices that, okay, you can explore using personas, you can explore using Epic, you can explore using user story mapping, user story. So these are all options, and they help you to in the first case, when you are even looking at it, you come to know all these possible ways of exploring a scope. And I'm primarily talking exploring uses part of the scope. Now similarly, there are multiple other dimensions of a scope, and you will have a choices. So you pick up these choices and you create your ways of working. Now you may wonder, okay, then uh, how it is applied at an enterprise level. So idea here is that multiple teams may pick up different choices because their contexts are different. They may use different life cycles, but they are ultimately integrated with some common governance and milestones. Now you may wonder, milestones, these were like waterfall thing, why they are coming in the agile world back again. Now milestone here are not like a documentation and checklist based processes. Milestone here are more focused on getting an agreement. So one of the milestone is that do we have sufficient functionality developed? Yeah, so sufficient functionality developed is not about a documentation. It is all about an agreement between the stakeholder and says, yeah, we do have a sufficient functionality and we can go ahead with our releases. So such kind of, I would say, alignment based milestones are placed, which helps you integrate multiple teams, even if they are using different life cycles, even if they are using different processes. So this is, like I can say, is the framework and the details around it, and you can see how these things relate with your work environment. The another unique thing about this framework I want to add here is it also takes care of project base of working. Now, many of the agile frameworks which are popular, they primarily focuses on either a continuous product or some kind of a flow based working is happening. Many of you might be still working in vendor, customer, projectized environment where you have a contact to adhere to. And many times you wonder, how do we go about it? So this framework provides some guidance around that things as well. So I made some more notes around what all the points I wanted to make. So this is something I'm just cross-checking that, okay, I should not be missing that part of thing. Great, so I covered that. Now, this is like the content of the framework. Now let's look at the marketing part of the framework, because many of you who are coming from consulting and coaching background, you want to pick up something which has a potential to grow and has a good brand value in the future. So what I observed, like the last version one state of agile report, after SAFe, the discipline agile delivery is coming as a number 2 scaling framework. So it has some level of nice I would say, visibility. And the another thing which happened in the last 6-7 months is that acquisition of PMI, and that is also, I believe, is giving a good amount of visibility to this particular framework. I believe PMI is using their resources to get into the or help their clients to get along with agile ways of working. Now, when you say PMI clients and how they matches with discipline agile, I think they have a good synergy, because discipline agile delivery is helping the complex and large enterprises to find out how should they go along with agile. And PMI was always focusing on complex and large organization delivering project using their standards as a guideline. So I see the both has a good synergy, and that can create good brand value and a future growth for professionals who are expert in discipline agile delivery. Now, after knowing all this, you may start wondering, okay, what if I want to learn all this thing and I want to become an expert or a trainer or a consultant in discipline agile delivery space, or I want to become a recognized professional that, yes, I understand it. How do I know more about it? Now, one thing you can do is you can visit disciplineagileconsortium.org. They have sufficient amount of research resources available there. I will share that link in the description area of this particular video as well, or you can Google it. So that's a freely available resource. There is a collection of videos. You can get started just after this watching this particular video. The another thing is you can pick up the book Choose Your Vows by Scott Amran and Mark Lyon. That it's a very comprehensive book about what is discipline agile delivery, what is their approach. By reading that particular book can give you a lot of information about their approaches and their way of working or looking at ways of working. Now, if you want to go into little guided and structured professional development path, the discipline agile delivery also has various learning and certification paths to offer. And one of their popular or a newly formed, which they want to push it as a number one starting point certification or a training program, is disciplined agile lean scrum master, which can be delivered in multiple variant. It has a 4-day variant as well as 2 days variant. We run the 2-day variant because we work with experienced agile and lean professionals most of the time. And once you go through the curriculum, after that you need to prepare for exam, and there is an exam. Once you pass through it, you get certified as certified discipline agilist. They call it CDA. So if you are serious about taking the credential and credibility path, you may want to explore this CDA certificate. We do run online program as well for this particular path. Now, many of you who want to get into training and coaching using disciplined agile delivery may want to ask, okay, how do I go next? Now, the trainer and coach path support through Bridge is not yet enabled. We are in the process of doing it. It may take few more months. But anyway, the CDA is a foundation. So if you want to grow in a trainer and coach path, better you get started and finish your CDA if you have not done it. And then the CDA AP is also a clear path which can be achieved once you are done with CDA. So this is something you can get started with and get ready as soon as we come up with the next elaborated path for you to become a trainer and coach. You can just pick up that particular opportunity. Now, if you have any follow-up queries, questions related to the program or discipline agile delivery, feel free to comment in the comment section of this video or send us an email at sales@eisenbridge.com. I will share both the things in the video description of this video. Thank you for watching, and details related to discipline agile delivery.